Hello and welcome to Chapter 6 of my Call of the Armor 0% Growths low turn count playthrough. Chapter 6 was a map that had me stumped for quite a while. Originally this was a 4-turn clear in my dry run of this game, but fellow LTCer Toffee managed to clear this map in 3 turns while getting all the side objectives. And I figured that was replicable in 0% Growths, even though Toffee himself plays with growths and had a really strong Noki to help him out. In addition to the 2 chests that are really important side objectives for me, I also need to get Kim one last level so she can get to level 10 for next map. You might not think this is a tall order, but because of how high a level she is compared to the enemies around her, you might have seen this last map as well, but she only gets 20 EXP for killing generics. So she would need to kill 4 generics plus get a little bit of chip in order to reach her EXP goal. That is very hard to achieve in 3 turns, which is the main thing that stopped me from clearing this map without pulling my hair out. Thankfully, through a couple smarter reroutes, I managed to get Kim the EXP she needs, and you will see that soon. As of right now, you might see that our army is once again split into 2 different forces. Kuija is farther away from the Seas tile, and this right side group is a little bit closer. The Seas point is in the top middle, so both of them are pretty far, but unlike Chapter 4, I'm actually going to respect the integrity of the split army, at least for a little bit. And right now, most of what I'm doing is clearing a path, but you might have seen, in addition to me trying to direct EXP to Mac, we have a new EXP target, this mage called Alair. Alair you're going to be seeing engage in a lot of combat from here on. She has an important promotion in Chapter 15 that we need to prepare her for. Thankfully, because of my EXP rerouting, I didn't need to rig any low percent crits for Kim. I did manage to get this one anyway, but that's more of a convenience than a necessity. We're just going to do a quick little arrow wiggle here to make enemy phase go my way. And now you'll see one of the bigger nuisances of this map show his ugly face, and that is yet another Lance Reaver Merc. It appears he didn't like what I had to say about his stoner friend last map, so he is going to wallop Kim, double her, and show how sad she is offensively. I tried and I failed to crit him on enemy phase with Kim's iconic Killer Lance, but she pulls less than 30% hit rate, so I figured let bygones be bygones, and at least for turn 1 he can live. Kim needed to equip the Axe Reaver here to deal with the double axe fighters and the sword and the Lance Reaver Merc. Any other weapon, that mercenary smacks her even harder and makes her chance of death just astronomical. Just beyond that snag is the throne, but I have yet to talk about the chests. We have, I believe it's warp in the top left and bolting in the top right. You can see here that the top left is the only one able to be reached on land, so Noki is going to be very preoccupied with getting the bolting tome. We need to make sure she is in range of that by next turn. We also need to make sure Kuija is in range of the fort that she needs to seize. Kim dropping her there leaves her a little bit short, but thankfully our new recruit Itoro is able to extend our rescue chain by a little bit. He's going to grab the Slim Lance and just move from the left side of this warrior to the right. Looks a little bit silly, but it's how we get Kuija in range of the fort, while keeping Noki in range of the chest. As for the warrior himself, he is very stationary, so his ability to threaten someone like 3 HP Kim here is very limited. And now we're on to turn 3, and the boss is unfortunately still very much alive. Shale's gonna hit him twice at a 60% hit rate. The boss is a very odd combination of slow and dodgy, thanks to the heavy Nos tome that he's equipped with, but the 20 avoid that he gets from being on a fort. Itoro's gonna get a nice little dodge here, because Nosferatu in FE8 is just really, really bad. There's another important side objective that we need to get, and that is killing that Pegasus Knight that's floating over the water there. The Pegasus Knight drops an incredibly useful lance that you will see next map. It's yet another weapon to add to Kim's arsenal for this early game stretch. Now, funnily enough, I didn't actually need to crit kill the Lance Reaper Merc. I did that because I hated him, but I do need to crit kill that shaman there, which is why Fernandez needed the harpoon in this map. Killian is just going to tickle this guy for a little bit to get some sword rank and to advance the RNG, and Mac is going to get this boss kill. Normally he's not very good at getting boss kills because of his low speed, but because I can just pile on so much pressure on Ludin there, Mac can just chip him down for that final 8 HP and get him a little bit past level 7. But you might have noticed, Kim is still level 9. But you can see the warrior that I decided to leave alive for one additional turn is at very, very low health. So even if your offense was incredibly bad, you could probably kill him, even with something as weak as a Slim Lance. And thanks to the 73 EXP this warrior gives, Kim is just over the finish line for level 10. We get one additional Master Seal that has Mac's name on it, the Warp Staff, and the Bolting Tome. And you can see at this point, I am just so excited to finally get this recorded that even though I can seize right now, I just have to show off the 3 turns. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you for Chapter 7.